Alright, let's take a quick look at Vodafone here, which is my current mobile provider for service, that is. I didn't buy my phone there. You can see here, oh god, look, it's camera cutout. On the iPhone it's hard to see because they put a black bloody wallpaper on it, so you can't see the notch, but it's definitely there. Yeah, look, cutout, there's the notch, there we go. On the iPhone 11 they put the bright wallpaper on. But you see what I'm getting at, guys? Like, modern phones these days, especially flagships, they're coming with either a notch or a cutout for the camera. Or if you go as far back as the iPhone 8, you get the friggin' massive forehead. It's as if a person's forehead was on the phone. Anyway, even on the cheaper end, we got the teardrop camera cutout. And this just got me thinking, why would you go for a phone? Like, it's so off-putting to me that you go for a phone with a forehead or a camera cutout when you can just simply go for a phone like this. Which has no notch, no camera cutout. So why would you choose a modern flagship like these when you can go for something like this that hasn't got a camera cutout? I bet you're wondering what this phone is. Well, let me show you. Alright guys, so here is the phone in question. It is the Xiaomi Mi 9T. Now, you may have heard or not heard of this phone. It is not considered a major flagship phone in any regard, but it definitely is an interesting concept, and I've kind of spoiled I was going to reveal how the camera worked in a little bit, but unfortunately on the box it shows you pretty much there on the front. It's got a pop-up camera up top, so basically you get, I think it's 91% screen to body ratio. So you get, when you look at it front on, you get mostly screen. You can barely see any bezels on the phone whatsoever when using it. And then if you want the front-facing camera, it can simply pop up from the top. When you enter the camera app and access the front-facing camera, this will just pop up automatically, or if you use Face Unlock or something like that, it will pop up. Now, I am showing you the unboxing of this phone, but I have been using this phone for about 6 or 7 weeks now. Yeah, I bought it directly from eBay. I didn't buy it from like a physical phone store or anything because they actually charge a fair bit more. So at JB Hi-Fi locally, by the way, I'm in Australia, in case you didn't know, but in the popular phone store, JB Hi-Fi, these phones go for about $700. Now they are unlocked and outright price and everything, so $700, you can basically put whatever SIM card you want in it. I opted to pay about $469 for this phone, however, because I bought it straight from eBay from like a store that's based in China, because Xiaomi and Huawei are Chinese brands. But you know, most phones are made there anyway, so like you're not taking much of a gamble by going with a Chinese brand phone, because let's face it, most phones are made in China anyway, or Korea, you know, as in the case of Samsung. Anyway, let's go ahead and unbox this phone. As I said, I have already been using this phone, so I've just packaged it up as best as I could for like a pure unboxing experience, but I have been using it already, so it is already fully set up and everything. So basically we're just gonna lift the lid like so, and the bottom drops out like that. Nothing in the lid here, just black. Oh, by the way, on the bottom of the box, this sticker isn't usually there. This was actually on the back of the phone when I opened the phone up the first time. So this sticker was directly on the back of my phone. Obviously I couldn't deal with that. That's really annoying having a sticker there because it ruins your feel. When you're holding the phone in your hand, it just ruins the feel. So I have opted to put it on the box because it says do not like tear or discard this sticker because it can be used in the case of a warranty, because you do actually get warranty, even though I bought this on eBay, limited warranty that is. Anyway, we are met here with a sort of just a black box, thin black box on top. The phone is underneath there, and basically this box here just has the manual and it has the SIM tool right there. So yeah, handy place to have the SIM tool. Yeah, and as I said, it's just some quick setup guide and manual here. I don't think I've even taken a look at that at all. I mean, who does these days? Who needs to look at a manual? Phones are so easy to set up. You basically turn it on after you charge it, and it basically runs you through everything automatically anyway. Now, without further ado, we have the phone here. I'm just going to go by the plastic. And so you can already tell, like, it's all screen. Kind of, maybe you can't tell on camera, I'm not sure. But you take it out of the bag here. Just look at this screen. Like, it is all screen. Oh, and the back, I opted to go with the blue version. There are many versions. Well, there's actually probably only 3 versions. There's a red one, a blue one, and I think a gray one. They're all the same pattern / design, but just different colors. So I opted to get the blue here. It's an amazing finish. I usually do use a case on this phone though, so you know, I don't really see this much, but it is nice to know that if I want to show off this phone to people, like when I show them the front-facing camera for the first time, I usually show them without a case on the phone, just so they can see how thin the phone is as well. Because it's just as thin as like any modern flagship phone, like the Note 9 or the Galaxy S10, it's just as thin, but it does have that huge screen. Now, the phone is actually on, even though I just unboxed it. So let's go and show you here. But just look at that screen. there is nothing, there is like barely a chin or a forehead, like barely. Like it's basically just the bezel you kind of have to have. I heard that Samsung and Apple are working on phones though, that are like glass wrapped around the whole phone, but we'll see how that goes, and that's going to be extra expensive too. Remember, this cost me $469 Australian, so it's like only like $300 US for this phone. It's crazy, or $330 US for this phone. It's insane when you consider what you're getting here. Mind me if I've put some fingerprints on this phone. It is fairly fingerprint magnety, I would say, just because it is all it's a glass back as well, so it does fingerprint very easily. And obviously it's glass on the front. This is an OLED screen, by the way. I may as well run through the specs real quick. This is a just over full HD screen. So it's a 6.3 inch, I think it's 2250, something like, I can't remember actually. It's 1080 tall, and it's about, I don't know, 2400 pixels tall. With this model, you get 128 gig storage and 6 gig of RAM. So for the specs, it's actually quite good. Now the CPU is a little dated. I think it's a Snapdragon 775, something like that. It's around the 700 series Snapdragon. So it is not the most modern processor that comes in this phone. So you are not gonna get like industry leading speeds on this phone. But I mean, if you're going for a phone, like the main reason I got this phone, by the way, in the beginning is for watching video. So you can see how I've got Twitch and YouTube apps on here, and they're probably the most used apps I use on this phone, because when you open them, you just get, I may as well demonstrate that quickly too. My screen rotation's already off, good. But when we open YouTube, it is literally full screen. So it's insane. Twitch as well, it's absolutely full screen. There's no camera cut out to annoy you, no notch to annoy you. It's just pure screen, baby. It's so good. I've been using this phone, as I said, 6 or 7 weeks now, and it is a dream to watch videos on. So if your main thing to do with your phone is to watch video, online video, or just any video, I guess, this is a great device. It is an OLED screen as well, as I mentioned before. So you do get those really deep blacks. It is HDR compatible as well. So it was great. I've been watching like The Mandalorian season 1 in 1080p HDR. It's been amazing. Yeah, so no complaints on that front. Now, we may as well show you the cream of the crop with this phone. The reason why most people buy this phone is because it is full screen, but of course you may want to use that front camera at some point. So if we go into our camera app here, by default it's on the rear camera. And if we switch to the front, you see that? The pop-up just came up. Oh, you can see me on my camera there. Yeah, I'm sitting right behind my camera. But you can see how the camera pop-up just came up, and see if my camera will focus today. All right, there we go, it's kind of focused now. But you can see how they got the pop-up here. So that's your front-facing camera. And if we switch modes on the camera again, back to normal, it goes away. So kind of neat. There's the headphone jack up top, by the way. I'll show you the ports real quick. So you got your camera, your pop-up camera here, you got your headphone jack there, and on the bottom you have USB-C charging, you've got your speaker and your microphone there. So that's all the ports you have. On the side here you have buttons, you have volume up and down up top, and then your power button. It's red there. See, it's a nice little accent color there to tell you that that's the power button, because a lot of phones, especially my previous phone, my Samsung Galaxy S8, these buttons are around the other way. So I've got the power button up top and then the volume buttons underneath. So it kind of took a little bit to get used to. So that's the front-facing camera, and that's how that works. But you know what? This phone is no slouch when it comes to rear cameras as well. We actually have here 3 rear cameras. And so up the top, you've got a 48 megapixel rear camera. That's the main camera it uses when you open the camera app. And then if you want, you can switch to either of these 2 as well. We have a wide shot one. I can't remember which one it is. I think that the next one down is the wide shot. And then the bottom one is sort of like a portrait, like photo sort of, I don't know how to describe it. So let's put down the phone for a sec, guys, and check out the rest of the box anyway to complete the unboxing experience. So under the white bit of cardboard, we have the power adapter, which is actually a UK power adapter, I believe. So I'm in Australia, so I haven't even been able to use it. And then we have a USB Type-C charging cable here. We actually do not get earbuds in this box. With most phones, you do get earbuds. But fortunately, I've still been using my Samsung ones that came, they're AKG brand, so they're very good earbuds. Been using them from my Samsung Galaxy S8 box. So I haven't really needed earbuds at all. But I mean, if you're buying this phone, you may consider buying some earbuds separately if you're into that, or you can buy wireless earbuds, up to you, or headphones, whatever you like, Bluetooth headphones or earbuds. But yeah, that's all there is in the box. I don't think we can take, I think I tried this before, and you can't actually take out the rest of the box. It's hard stuck in there. So that's all that's in there. It's just the power adapter, USB Type-C, and then the phone itself, and then of course that SIM tool plus manuals and quick setup guide. Anyway, that's going to do it for the unboxing of this phone. And that's actually going to do it pretty much for this video, guys, because I just wanted to showcase this phone because a lot of people still think they have to deal with a cutout. Like, people have to make that compromise, you know what I mean? So people are kind of stuck. If you want a flagship phone, you kind of have to go with a cutout or a notch. Like with regards to the iPhone, you have to have a notch. With the case of the Samsung phones or LG or Sony, like all of them pretty much just have either the teardrop cameras or they have the what's called the hole punch camera. So it's sort of like just a hole in the top of the phone for the camera. I don't want to deal with that because again, I watch a lot of video on my phone. I do not want to deal with a cutout or a notch. All right, guys, well, that's pretty much going to do it for my showcase of the Xiaomi Mi 9T. It is an amazing phone so far, and again, it is not flagship spec'd. It does have a lot of storage, as I said, 128 gig of storage, which is plenty. There is no micro SD slot, by the way, so if you want to expand your storage, you're going to have to choose a different storage option. And I don't believe this phone actually comes higher than 128. So if you need more than that, then you're going to probably have to choose a different device. I don't think, it may come in at 256 gig, you just have to look around. So if you search on eBay or just another online site, try and buy directly from China because you save some money. As I said, JB Hi-Fi has it for $700 outright, whereas I bought this for $469 Australian dollars. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like down below, subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys around the channel. All right, have a good one.